Welcome to my workshop. In today's video I've got a full step-by-step process video to show you how to make these absolutely gorgeous upholstered wall panels, or as in my case they will become a headboard for my son's bed, giving not only utility but also that super special and very cool look in his bedroom. So check out the video and find out the process that I followed to make these panels. Right, then let's kick off the project. The material as the base, I'm using 9mm MDF, which I need to cut to the right sizes. In total I'm gonna need 5 panels. They will be 41 centimeters wide and 115.5 centimeters long. Okay, with the panels now cut to the right sizes, let's talk about the materials we're actually gonna need. First of all, of course, you're gonna need the fabric that's gonna go on the outside of our panels. Then you're gonna need some upholstery foam, and finally a batting material. In this case it's 1 centimeter in thickness. And to put everything together we're gonna need upholstery spray adhesive. Also do have a staple gun, that's gonna speed up the process a lot more. I do have some nails and of course a hammer for that initial hold of the fabric, so we can actually get a nice tension on the fabric on the panel itself. And of course some scissors and potentially a very sharp knife. In my case, as I am using the batting material, I'm actually cutting the foam to the exact size of my MDF panel. And to cut this out, I'm just using a sharp knife. However, you can just use a marker pen to trace around the MDF panel and then cut the shape out with some scissors. Okay, all the foam panels are now cut to the right sizes. The next step is to actually glue them on the MDF boards. And for that I'm using spray adhesive. Depending on what type of spray adhesive you're going to be using, it may have different instructions. In my case I need to cover both the foam and the MDF board. One thing that you need to be sure of is that the MDF panel goes onto our foam perfectly, okay? As to be fair, you only got one chance of combining both of them. If you put them on square or uneven, then it's very difficult to shift them around. So I do suggest to actually put the MDF board on top of the foam rather than the other way around. And just leave it like this for a few minutes so the glue does have time to actually bond. Now it's time to add the batting material, okay? As I said before, in my case it's only 1 centimeter thickness. You can get it in different type of thicknesses depending on your project. I just don't want to have my panels to be too thick. I'm just going to place it like so. And how much overhang on each side? Well, that really depends on you. In my case, I don't want to have a very thick lip right on the back, okay, as then it would be very hard to actually mount these on a wall. So I'm going to secure this material with some staples all around the perimeter, and for the excess, well, I'm just going to trim it about 2-3 millimeters over the level of the board, as then it will wrap around the harsh edge of the board. And in this way I'm just going to go around the perimeter of the panel. With the batting in place, now you can simply trim off the excess. And there you have it. That's how the panel should look like at this stage. And now it's time for the fabric. I've got this beautiful blue, well, maybe a bit more denim color. And basically we need to cut it to the right size. So we need to talk about the amount of overlap. Well, I do want to have at least 2 centimeters of overlap of the material. Therefore I need to add 9mm from the MDF board, 20mm from the foam itself, and the batting material, when it's squished down, is probably about 3 or 4 millimeters. So adding all that plus 20mm for the overlap on the edge. So adding all those numbers, and to be on a bit of a safe side, I'm going to mark off the material at about 60 millimeters away from our panel. And now simply cut the material out around the perimeter of our panel. To make sure that the fabric doesn't move on us as we're going to be stapling it to our panel, I'm just going to add few nails. In my case, I'm going to add nails to the middle of the boards and then on the corners as well. And as we're going to be putting the staples in, we're going to be removing those nails. So don't put them too deeply. First of all, in the middle. Just like so. Now we're just starting with the middle. I'm just going to take out that first nail and we're going to add some staples, but make sure to pull the fabric so it's nice and stretched on our panel. And I'm going to do exactly the same thing on all the sides. When that's done, we'll take care of the corners. Now let's sort out the corners themselves. The excess material, we need to cut that off. So with 2 fingers, I'm just going to grab it like that, and all the excess, I'm just going to cut that off. So now what we want to do is to do something like this, okay? However, there is a bit too much fabric over here. So I'm just going to remove that bit. That part goes right underneath, and the top we're just going to roll inside. And we've got nice solid corner on our panel. And I'm going to carry on like this on all 4 of them. And there you have it. In those simple steps, we managed to create 3 panels. No problems at all. Fairly simple task to do. The material lies on the foam beautifully and the edges are absolutely fine as well. The corners look nice and tidy. However, that's only 3 out of 5. Now the other 2, I actually do need to create some cutouts in the MDF panels to accommodate for a lamp, and in the second panel for a light switch and a power socket as well. And to make sure that the holes in those 2 panels are in those correct places, I'm actually gonna install 2 of the ready panels as they will be butting against each other. So I will have the best reading when these are in place. Now there's many ways you can actually install these panels on the walls. For example, you can use some glue adhesive or anything like that. In my case, I'm actually going to be using Velcro. I've used it before and it worked very, very well. Basically, these are strips about 30 millimeters wide and they do have adhesive on the back of them. So one goes on the panel and the other one goes on the wall. So I'm just going to cut the Velcro to the correct length and stick it on. And now I'm simply going to cut the part B to the correct length as well. And when I'm ready to put this on the wall, I'm just going to take the back paper off and glue it onto the wall. Alright then, so as you can see, one panel is already up. Now I'm just going to add the second panel right next to it, making a very nice and snug connection. Just make sure to place it in the right place straight away at the first approach, as then if you don't make it right, it's going to be quite difficult to change the position. And as you can see, it does look already absolutely fantastic. But now the next 2 panels, as I said, I need to take some measurements for these and make the cutouts in the MDF. Now fortunately, in this panel, I only need to drill 3 holes. 8mm drill bit, that's just to accommodate for the screws. And I'm going to use a 17mm Forstner bit to create a larger hole for the cables. And then I'm just going to continue putting this panel together as I did with the other ones. Okay, and this panel is now ready to go on the wall. And with regards to the holes in the top fabric for the wires and the screws, I just use a knife and done the cutouts for those holes, nothing else. And as you can see, the fabric is staying nicely stretched on our panel. And everything did fit according to the plan, so now it's time just to install the lights, and then I can move on to the final panel in the exact same way. And there you have it, the light is installed, fully operational. Not bad at all. That's the panel with 2 holes. As I said, there's nothing different about it. The only thing, I just use a hole saw to create those holes. I've cut the fabric in a cross and folded it inside. That's it, nothing special about this. Obviously, if you're doing anything with the electricity, switch off the breakers. And as you can see, I've added an extra sleeve to accommodate for the thickness of this panel. So if you're going to be doing something similar, yeah, you can get those extensions that you can add to the box itself, so it will go a little bit further out. Okay, so I think that's going to look really, really cool. And now finally, the last panel. Now I must admit, I'm really happy how these turned out. Absolutely brilliant, no gaps, nice, straight and even. And yeah, I'm just hoping my son will absolutely love these. So I'm gonna arrange the bed around so we can see how everything comes together. Well, hey, let me know down below in the comments what you think. If it's a good idea to make your own fabric panels like that. I have to say, it's not too expensive. And as you've seen, it doesn't take much effort or any special tools at all. And there you go. Everything is in place. And I really think it came out fantastically. The color of the upholstery matches everything else. The theme of this bedroom, and I think my son will absolutely love his new backdrop, back wall behind the bed, and actually a headboard for his bed as well. So at this point, I just wanted to say a massive thank you to my Patreons for the ongoing support. And before you go, check out these 2 cool playlists, plenty of fantastic videos already waiting for you there. But hey, can't wait for my son to come back from school and see what I've made for him. Till next time, take care.